All right, so here's retest question 2, and it asks you to solve a system of equations. When it comes to solving a system of equations, you have several options. You can use the elimination method, which will work for this problem. You could also use the graphing method. And you graph them on your calculator. You could use the substitution method, or you could use the matrix method. I'm going to do elimination, and I'm going to review real quick the matrix method with this one so you can see both. And then it doesn't matter. You can pick when you're solving a system of equations which method to use. But I can see right here that I have a positive y and a negative 2y, and I can make these cancel out real easy if I will just multiply this top one by 2. So this is going to become negative 6x plus 2y equals 4, and then the bottom equation did not change. And so when I add these up to eliminate, those will cancel. Negative 6x plus 4x gives me negative 2x, and then 4 plus 0 makes 4, and when I divide both sides by negative 2, I get that x equals negative 2. And so if I want to find out what y equals, I have to plug it back into one of these. I'm going to go to the original top equation, so I have negative 3 times negative 2 plus y equals 2, and I'm just going to solve. This becomes 6 plus y equals 2, and when I subtract 6 from both sides, I get y equals negative 4. So I get that the solution is going to be negative 2, negative 4. That's the elimination method. This is also set up perfectly. I'm just going to rewrite them to use in a matrix because they're in standard form. So x's and y's are together, and I can just plug this into a matrix into my calculator. I have 2 rows and then 1, 2, 3 columns, so it becomes a 2 by 3 matrix. And so if I grab my calculator and I go to second x to the negative 1, I'll go over here to edit my matrix. I already have it set up to be a 2 by 3, so I'll just go down here, and it looks like my numbers were negative 3, 1, and 2 for the top row. So negative 3, 1, and 2. And then for the bottom row, it looks like my numbers were 4, negative 2, and 0. So I have 4, negative 2, and 0. And so now to get out of this so I can solve, I'm going to do second mode to quit. And then I'm going to go back to my second x to the negative 1. But this time I'm going to go over to math and tell it I want to do the double REF, which is option B. And so I'm going to choose that, and then I have to tell it I want matrix A, so I'm going to do second x to the negative 1 again, and I'm going to choose option 1 for A, and then I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to tell me, this part I don't need. The 1s and 0s just tell me that I said that it's correct. Here's my solution, negative 2, negative 4, which you'll see is what we got when we did elimination. Either method works. You can use whatever method you want when you solve, but there's 2 of them.